Good day, everyone. My name is Olusegun Adeolu. I'm a data analyst. I teach data analytics tools, starting from Excel, Microsoft Excel, SQL, structured query language, the language of database, Power BI, Microsoft Power BI, a data visualization tool owned by Microsoft. Then Tableau, another powerful data visualization tool owned by Salesforce. Salesforce acquired Tableau in 2019. I teach Python, I teach R and SAS. If you're yet to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do. And don't forget to turn on the notification button so that you can get notified when I upload new videos. Today's tutorial is based on Power BI installation and connection from different data sources to our Power BI using Windows machine or Windows computer system. So without any further ado, let's get started. So the next thing I will do is I will go to my Google search engine and type download Power BI desktop. Power BI desktop, it's a Power BI, a free version of Power BI that is made available by Microsoft to everybody. It's free, so you can make use of it. So Power BI desktop. So this is the Microsoft official website for downloading Power BI. So you select, so the default language is English. So if you're not from English speaking country, you can select your language. Then you can check the details. So when you download your Power BI, it's going to give you two files. It's going to give you the 64 bits and it's going to give you the 32 bits. So how do you check the kind of bits that your operating system is based on? You can come to your search menu and type system information. So it's going to give you the summary of your system, the name of your system, the OS name, and the kind of bits. So under system type, you see x64 based PC. So that is your system is 64 bits. And as well, you can go to your this PC. Can go to your this PC if you are on Windows 10, this PC. If you are on Windows 7, you can you go to my computer. So you right click and click properties when you are within the environment of this PC. So when you right click the properties, it's going to give you the summary under system. So you can see the system type, it's 64-bit operating system. Okay, though I've already downloaded the Power BI desktop and I've installed it on my system. So what I'm going to do now is I will just bring it up. Let me just bring it up. It doesn't require any much configuration. Just run it. So once you run it, next till you get to the end. So let me bring up my Power BI. So this Power BI takes a little time to come up. Just a moment. Yeah, Power BI is coming up. And Power BI is coming up. So I'll be showing us how to connect to different data sources using our Power BI. Using our Power BI desktop. this is environment. So let's check the number of data sources. We have different data sources that we can connect to Power BI to pull a data set. So when you're under home tab, you see get data. Just click get data, not the drop down. If you click the drop down, it's going to give you few of them. These are just a few of them, except you click more. But if you want to see everything, all the data sources that you can connect to via Power BI desktop, so you click get data. So once you click it, it's going to load all of them. It's going to pull them up for you to see. We have more than 80 different data sources that you can connect to. You can see all of them. We have Excel workbook, text CSV, XML, JSON, JavaScript, object notation, folder, PDF, Packet, SharePoint, SQL Server, all different kind of databases. All of them, both relational and all the RDBMS, all of them. Dynamics 365, Microsoft Exchange Online, Salesforce, GitHub, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, all of them, from the web, Hadoop, Spark, Hive, R script, Python scripts. So many. There are so many that you can connect to. But the very first one I'm going to be showing us in this in Power BI is I'll show us how to connect to a sample database that came with Power BI. Then I'm going to show us how to connect to a data set from the web. Also, I'm going to show us how to connect to Excel workbook dataset or Excel dataset that I have on my local machine. Okay, so let's go. So before I move on, we have Power BI has three different views. So the view that we are now, it's the report view. This is where you're going to create your visual. This is where you're going to create your report. This is the report environment, and this is it. Then the next one is data view. This is where you're going to view your data in tabular form. This is where you're going to view your data. And the next one is it's a model view. This is where you're going to see or check the kind of relationship that exists between your data. The kind of relationship that exists between your data. So the first one, let's connect to sample data set that came with Power BI. That came with Power BI desktop. So this is sample data set. Try a sample data set. Just click this, try a sample data set. So and you click it, it's going to load a sample data set. It's going to load a sample data set. So you click load sample data set. It's loading. Now we have two files, two tables, but the one that we are interested in excuse me, it's the financials. So when you click it, so it's going to preview it. So this is it. Then you load it. So it's loading it. Loading in and it's applying changes. Yeah, now this is the data set financials. can see all the columns. These are all the columns that are within this data set. Okay, so the next one will be pulling data from the web. We're pulling data from the web. So let me just go to my Google search engine. Let me go to my Google search engine and pick up a data set from IMF World Economic Outlook database. So I'm clicking it. So this is a data set I want to pick. Download WEO data April 2020 edition. So I'm going to be picking the countries by countries. Then I'll have to select the country group. I want major advanced economies. So the next thing is I have 7 countries. Then continue. Then I have to select the subject. I have to select the subject. So I want GDP, gross domestic product, current prices for the national country. So I'm going to be selecting that. Then continue. Then it's going to ask me to select the range, that is the duration, the years. So I want it from 2011 to 20, okay, let me make it 2010, from 2010 to 2021. So now I will ask this guy to prepare report. Prepare report. Beautiful. Now I've prepared it. This is the table that I want to pick. This is a table I want to pick. So if I want to load it from my local machine, I'll just download report. I'll just click this download report, download it to my local machine, then go and pull it from there. But I don't want to do that. I want to pick it from the browser. So what I will just do is to copy the URL, and load it inside my Power BI. So I'm going to click get data. Click get data. Get data, and once it comes up, I'm going to go to other and click web. Connect to web. Connect to web. Now the URL, I'm going to paste the URL I copied, the URL that I prepared, that report that I prepared. So I'm going to copy the URL and click OK. So I just pasted the URL. So it's checking whether the URL exists. So it's making a connection. Please wait while we establish a connection to imf.org. So the publication on that website is trying to connect to it. Now it's displaying. So we soon see the preview of the data set. The same way it appears, the same way it is on the website, we are going to see it the same way here. Now this is the web preview. We have 2 different views. So this is a web view. This is the web view. This is the web view. Then the table view. I'll have to select one of the tables. So this is the table view. So let me load this data set. It's loading. The data set is loading. As it's loading, it's applying. Yes, it's creating connection. So I think it has finished loading. Now this is the data set. This is the data set. We have table 1 and several columns. I think 17 columns. 17 columns. So why it does not show all the titles and all of that. It's because I did not transform it. So let me quickly transform it. Let me transform it. No, not table. Don't need a table. Not a table. It's just transform data. So it's just a click. It's just to make all those column 1, column 2, just to make them okay. That's financial. So this is my table 1. So I can as well change the name of the table to GDP. Let me just call it GDP G7. Okay, now all I just need to do, click this small tiny drop down, and use first row as headers, or you pick it from here, use first row as headers. Now I've done that. Then the next thing I will do is just close and apply. If you do not click close and apply, all the changes that I've made in this environment, it's not going to take effect. So I've clicked close and apply. It's going to apply all the changes. Then you get to see that the table 1 will change to GDP, and all the column numbers will change to their original headings. Beautiful. You can see the title of the table has changed to, the name of the table has changed to GDP G7, and you can see all the headings, they've changed. So the next one that I want to show you is how to load a data set, an Excel data set from your Windows machine. Excel data set from your Windows machine. It's either you click this Excel workbook, import data from a Microsoft Excel workbook, or you come to get data. When you click get data, it's going to load all the data sources that it loaded at the beginning of this tutorial. It's going to load them. Then you select Excel workbook, then you select connect, then you find the location. This is the location, this is the file that I want to load, but it may not take you to the exact location. Then you have to locate the path and select it, then you click open. So if your data set needs to be transformed, or needs transformation, or you need to do a kind of manipulation to your data set, like I did to GDP data set, then you have to select transform data. But if you are very sure that your data set is clean, you don't need to do any kind of manipulation or any kind of transformation, then you just load your data set. So it's loading. I know that data set, capstone sales underscore data, it's clean, so I don't need to clean it. It's okay. So this is it. This is the first one, and like I told you the other time, this is the visual. This is the report. This is where you build your visual with the data set, with the data. Yes. So then this is a data view. You can see, the data. You can see it's coming up in form of table. You can see our table. This is the data for capstone project. Then for financials, this is the one for financials, and this is the one for GDP G7. Okay, then let's check the model. This is the model. This is the relationship. There's a relationship between the financials and GD7. I think is the date. Okay, the country. Okay, the country. I think is the country. Then if you check okay, this is our capstone project, the sales data. Okay, maybe I should just drag it here. So if there's a relationship, if there's a relationship that exists between data sets, this is how you are going to see it. So I'll be stopping here. I'm going to end the tutorial here. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification button so as to get notified when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching, and bye for now. Bye.